Let's go over Module 4, uh, Learning LTspice. So while this video is meant for the instructors, I think students can watch it as well. The first thing to know is that this is an example of active learning or flipped classroom where the students will essentially do an activity like it was a lab inside the classroom. Now, what you're going to need to do is send out a note. Hey, make sure to download this software before class and bring your laptop. Um, Really, the best way to use LTspice is with the PC. I really avoid trying to give any help on the Mac because it just causes a whole lot of problems. It's best to use Wine Bottler. That being said, or not at all, but that being said, the Mac users seem to figure it out, but some things just don't work the same way as they do in the PC. Now I have some notes here getting started with LTspice, and the students should go through this, read through things, and just see what it's about. It won't make too much sense unless the students read through this. And it's also kind of a mini tutorial. So they really should do this. But we're not going to grade whether they did it or not. And what I also have are, that was kind of a long series of notes, so I have it broken up into videos. All right. And yeah, there's a thing about assigning voltages. This isn't necessarily to do with LTspice, but it seems to crop up right around now during the semester. Also, there's estimating current and voltage deviations. Um, Again, not part of LTspice specifically, but now is the time. The thing about LTspice is we need to document our designs in LTspice, and if we don't give them a lot of direction, you will get horrid looking documentation that doesn't really represent the quality of the student work. I have videos on that too. One is me kind of reading these notes, and then there's one where you actually see me doing it. They should do this here, notes getting started, right? But there is an LTspice in class exercise that once it's all installed and they kind of know what they're doing, right? They would build this circuit and then measure something and type that in. This one's relatively easy, and it's really just to make sure that they got the tool running. This one's a little more complex, and it's very hard to solve algebraically. Not impossible, but just hard. So they would do it, run it, and type it in. So no really, nothing um, needs to be turned in. Then the last problem would be finding the VRMS of a signal, which turns up in the homework. I show them how to do something, set it up. This is just a very quick tutorial, and then I show you, basically telling them to do it again. And I also have a video on measuring the RMS in Canvas in the standard shell. I also put a video for it in the homework on measuring on LTspice documentation, which has to do with RMS. I put the link to that video of how to do that right there. But since we're here, the easy I can just tell you is I plot out this sinusoid. I just highlight. I just bring the marker over here. I press Control, left click test. Out comes the average. Out comes the RMS. It's that easy. So you want to go through that before the class starts, and you have to tell the students to prepare for it and bring in their laptop. There's really only one of you, so you can't necessarily help every student through every problem, but many students will go right through it, and some will need help, and you just walk around like a lab. Um, I might have some TA help for you, but uh, next week, sections 3 and 4 are going to start on the Tuesday, and then 1 and 2 will do this activity on the Wednesday.